relieve my stress. Oh, we have another one come up. Food fighter. I love the expression food fighter, actually. Although when I first moved to Korea, I didn't know what it meant because I do believe that food fighter is a little bit Konglish, but it's just a cool expression in Korea. My understanding of it is somebody who eats a lot of food, kind of like a competitive eater or just someone who has a big appetite and can like satiate or satisfy that appetite a lot. So yeah, but food fighter though, if you say food fight, just food fight to a native speaker, they will have the idea of people having a fight, as in like a snowball fight where people pick up, some snow and they throw it at each other. It's like a food fighter makes me think of someone who is in a food fight. And food fights are not something that's usual in my country, Canada, but you can see it in Hollywood movies sometimes. And it's something that children usually do. So I believe that I participated in a food fight once. And it was just with I was a child. And basically my parents allowed me to like throw the food around a little bit because we had seen it in a movie. So that's a food fight. It could happen maybe at a school cafeteria. But my parents allowed me to do it once because they, I guess I was nagging them. I was asking, let me have a food fight. And then, yeah, they let me do it once. And then they scolded me because they said it was such a wasteful thing. And then I had to help them clean it up. So that's a food fight. So food fighter, long story short, is a little bit Konglish. But we'll move on. Eating a lot of food, certainly. Recently, I've seen several movies related to infections such as contagion and kamgi, like maybe cold, outbreak, etc. Oh, those are great titles, and I'm actually not that familiar with them, although I'm a big movie fan, so I'll be Googling, as in searching for them later. YouTube as well, I relate to that. A sad movie. Yes, sad movies. And then we also have, I get my fix to relieve my stress. Okay, not quite sure about that. Maybe fixing something? Or you can use that word to my fix. It's kind of a slang or an expression that people say like, I get my fix of chocolate. It's kind of like you're addicted to chocolate. You're an addict of something, you get your fix. So I get my fix of chocolate to relieve my stress. That's a very unique expression, Bob. So I'm really curious about how you learned that. Maybe from a movie? Watching a mukbang. Oh, mukbang. We could talk for hours about mukbang, yes. Just watching somebody enjoy their food is a really great cathartic, meaning like a cathartic way, a cathartic experience. It's like a way that you just release, your stress, your feelings that are all stuck or pent up inside of you. Cleaning my room. Oh, yes, I do that too, actually. Cleaning. A lot of people say that cleaning is like an adult's like hobby or adult's game or something that adults do for fun. And it is true. Cleaning makes me happy. Okay, great. Wow, time flies, everybody. I believe, I'll mention one more thing before we get into our quiz, actually. So I wanted to ask you, actually, because I'm not the most familiar with it, but there's a concept of healing. And I'll type it here, healing. So in Korea, I often hear people say things like, let's have some healing, or, oh, I really need some healing. Let's go to the healing cafe, or let's take a break. So I would really like to know what everyone has to say about this trend of healing. Although, please be careful, because in English, although you can certainly say healing to mean de-stress, healing can be a way of de-stressing. I just think that maybe native speakers aren't that familiar with the idea of healing being totally relegated to the mental aspect, or the therapeutic and emotional sense. So I remember the first time I heard the expression like healing, like, oh, I really need some healing, said to me in Korea, I kind of thought like, healing? Like, what's broken? What needs to be healed? Or I thought of a video game with a healer casting a spell on somebody. So I didn't really get the sense of healing, and I just would love to know more about it. So I know that healing, I think you can define it as like the process of making something sound or healthy again. And it's certainly therapeutic and a little bit medical too. just to give an example of how I would use these words differently, I would say let my knee, let's say I hurt my knee, I injured my knee. I hurt my knee, so my hurt knee healed quickly. But I wouldn't really say my hurt feelings healed quickly. You can, native speakers will. But I just think that it's just not as common yet to be using healing solely for like, the emotional side. But again, it's not incorrect. So nobody has gotten it wrong. It's just a new thing. And, I do think that it's a cool concept. And I hope that it spreads more across the world and people talking about, healing our whole body, not just the physical, but also the spiritual, emotional, mental side too. So I just want to check your comments now and see. Oh, I have Bob asking, how long will it last? I think you're referring to this talk today. How long will our lesson last? These are scheduled for 1 hour. So we're about 45 minutes in. So we have about 15 minutes left to go. We have quiz coming up and then just a bit of a overall free talking session. So that is our plan. Healing, yes. So tell me about healing. Travel is healing. Yes, but at the moment, unfortunately, Apple, travel can become the source of stress, right? With the coronavirus, usually travel, taking a trip, it helps us. But at the moment, it's something that can totally hinder us and give us more stress than what it's worth. I have some friends in Korea. They're a couple, and they are going to get married very soon. And their honeymoon is, I believe, in October, maybe? October, November. And the destination that they chose is Italy. And I feel so sorry for this couple because they're so worried. They keep thinking, oh, do we need to cancel our honeymoon? Yes, it's a big, stressful situation for them. Yoga, listening to healing music, sitting on a sofa and dancing only my upper body. Oh, I love that. That's a really nice image. And it sounds relaxing. And dancing only my upper body, you mean like this, kind of just doing a chair dance, moving a little bit. We pick herbs from the field to get healing. Yes. So plants have healing or medicinal properties. And I would love to talk about Eastern and Western medicine another time. That would be a really fascinating conversation with everybody here. Spending time, Hyunju Kim says, with my close friends. Yes, that's so therapeutic and good for the soul. Spending time together. Oh, I'm repeating the same comment. I think it's a good chance right now for me to have a sip of water. There are so many meaning differences using words between native speakers and Koreans. Yes, Erin, what a great point. And I hope that through these lessons with Professor Kiva and I, we can show you how English can be used in a more conversational manner because this live stream format, it's not, how can I explain this? It's not like we're writing. It's not the most academic lecture because of the medium, meaning we can only deliver this way at the moment due to the coronavirus. So we're speaking naturally, we're speaking freely. And I think there's a lot of merit in learning how native speakers just speak naturally. So there's going to be plenty of idioms, plenty of phrasal verbs, and just words used in a way that maybe you're not encountering all the time in your formal lectures or in reading and writing. Great point. Kong-sung Park says, meeting a good person. Yes, that's great. There's so many good people out there, and it's just important to remember that whenever we're stressed out over the actions of one individual. We talked earlier about people giving you stress, but that's not everybody. Most people, they're here to make your day brighter. I think reading books could be very good for that, could be very good for healing or taking a break, winding down, de-stressing. Very good. Healing is a word associated with treatment, not emotionally among native speakers. Yes, T. Jenny, I think that's a great takeaway point. However, we still do use it sometimes for feelings, but I just think that healing, it's more focused on the treatment aspect. So you picked up on that right. And we could talk about emotional healing. It's certainly an idea kind of like relegated to like self-help and therapy. I just think it's not in the common parlance. I just don't think it's like a daily thing that people say, but you can use healing to talk about your emotions and you're not wrong. And I hope I made that clear. It's not wrong. Mhm. It's just new. Beer, it comes up again, beer. Healing might refer to treating yourself better. Oh, that's great. I like that, Bob. Thank you. Apple. Okay, I'll skip over that because I just want to keep this an only English conversation. I was also surprised when I found out the meaning difference, solitude. I believe enjoying solitude will be helpful for healing. Yes, yes. Being solitary, experiencing solitude, for example, going out in nature, taking a walk alone all by yourself like this. Yes, yes. Listening to old songs that I liked in childhood. Oh, Kiryong, excuse me, Kim. Yes, yes, I can relate. That is such a great way to reminisce, feel some nostalgia, and think about the good old times, as they say, good old times. Hiking a moderate mountain. Excellent. We have some hiking fans here, I see. Solitude usually only means lonely. Oh, thank you, Erin, for that follow-up. Yes, as a little bit of a side conversation. Oh, and it kind of was deleted. Okay, we'll address that later. But I just wanted to say that, solitary does not mean exactly lonely. Like you could be solitary by choice. You could be enjoying a solitary or independent activity. So I think lonely, I'm not sure the Korean, wait up. It's kind of like, it's very, very strong. I'm lonely. Oh, I'm lacking people around me. I'm so sad. I'm so depressed because I'm so lonely. But being solitary, being independent, it just means that you're doing it alone. And there's nothing like inherently good or bad about being alone. Oh, everybody, time flies. Let me just see a few more before we move on. Meditation, reading a book, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Autumn, great book choice. And I'm assuming you're reading that in English, so good for you. Listening to music and sleeping, says Gina Park. Oh, lovely, everyone. I love this. And I'm so proud of everyone because sometimes people say unstress. Native speakers can say it too, but I prefer the term you de-stress. It's like you detox. Unstress is more of like a language term if you're talking about stressed and unstressed syllables, like in poetry. So I'm glad no one said unstress. I like that we're saying like de-stress, unwind, calm down, etc. Good. Okay, so quiz time, everybody. Oh, we're a little bit locked in here. Forgive me. I'll just show it here. Quiz time. So we have prepared a quiz. And my questions today for the quiz, I will say them. I won't write them. So you need to listen. And the first student who messages in the chat will get a prize. Again, as I explained about the prizes, they are, just a moment. Yeah, this looks better. They are for if and when I ever meet you, because as you know, that I'm based in Seoul at our university, but there are events held in Seoul and sometimes around, but I cannot comment on any future in-person events, as you know, because of the coronavirus. So I can't guarantee that I will ever meet you in person, face-to-face. I would love to. And if we do, please accept this. Some spicy ramen. So your prize for answering my quiz is the carbonara buldak. I can't even pronounce it well. I'll just call it the fire ramen because we hadn't really mentioned it, but at least for me, when I eat spicy food, I release my stress. I love spicy food because it just calms me down and kind of just gets my blood pumping. It makes me sweat even a little bit. Sorry to share that. TMI, too much information for you. And oh yeah, so it makes me feel good. And this is not a product placement, so I hope that we won't get in any trouble here. There are other brands and types, obviously, of spicy food and spicy ramen, but that's just the one that I have right now. So this is our prize, everybody. So let's get started. Our first question. Aaron says, what a Korean prize. Spicy food is great. Okay, it's really easy. 3, 2, 1, everybody. Who can use stress out perfectly in a sentence? Who can use stress out perfectly in a sentence? So that means there are no mistakes in your sentence. I hope you don't feel any pressure right now. Sorry. But as we mentioned that Stress can sometimes be good for you, right? Positive stress. So this is a test, a very low stakes test situation. No pressure. So, and I will say that stressed, you can modify it. You can say stressed out, something stresses me out. Just give me a great sentence. Yeah. I'm going to give it to you. I'm so stressed out for COVID. There you go. A little bit of a mechanics tip. It's a little bit more natural if you say like because of or over or with, but that was a hard sentence and you did a great job. But I will give another one of these to a student who also can give me another sentence like that. So I think the next person, so A, good job. The next student is Aaron. I stressed out when I found out my cat ripped my homework. Okay, so A and Aaron, both of you are proud winners of some de-stress food, and I hope I get to meet you. Two more questions. Name 3 common causes of stress. So just name 3 causes of stress in a nice sentence. Oh, great sentences coming into. Oh, T. Jenny, yes, I'm stressed out by the test. That's perfect English. Lovely, lovely job. Erin says, thank you. You're welcome. All right, everyone, just to remind you, the question is, name 3 causes or common causes of stress. Money, future, and studying is my biggest stress. Okay, Joseph, well done. Yes, so money, comma, future, comma, and studying are the reasons why I am so stressed out. Apple says subscribe and like. Thank you. I like that you're promoting our channel. So Joseph, thank you. And yes, Joel says, when I have multiple quizzes or tests in one day. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yes. Oh, that's a great sentence. Oh, I really should be giving spicy food to everybody. If I get a big pack, I will share with as many as I can. For Yujik says, test, duty, relationship. Oh, duty. That's a great word. We didn't really talk about it, but it's like your responsibilities. English, money, and war. Oh, very good too. Thank you. Money making. I like that expression. Testing and weight. Oh, I can relate to those. Good job. Good job. Okay, everyone. And our third and our final question is, now it's a little bit technical, and I believe I mentioned it at the beginning. It is, what part of the brain releases stress hormones? So what part of your brain is responsible for releasing stress hormones or the stress response? And you are free to Google it. Oh, we have a winner. That was lightning fast. Jo Young-jun. Yes, Joe, hypothalamus. Oh, I take my hat off to you. That just means I salute you. That's a great one. Yes. Okay, so also proud winner of some spicy food. Good job, everybody. It looks like we're running out of time. So I just want to end with a little bit of a free talk before we finish up. So let's get one more question to end. Which is a good question for you all. Who is the most stressed out person that you know? Maybe somebody in your life experiences stress or reacts to stress a lot. So who is the most stressed out person that you know? Who is the most stressed out person that you know? Is it your teacher right now? Is it your mom? Okay, yes, we have Apple saying my mom. I think that's me, says Joseph. Me, myself, and I. Great expression, Jenny. So fun time, says Uni. Thank you. That's very kind of you. My boss, my mother, again, my boss. Great. So I think that the takeaway message here is whoever is stressed out, whether it's yourself or somebody in your life who's going through a hard time at the moment, especially with coronavirus, let's all try to be nice to each other and be nice to yourself. We say, be good to yourself, be good to others. It's certainly a stressful time right now across the world. So let's all be nice to each other and forgive each other. If you see somebody who is acting out of sorts, acting out of their normal character, they're probably under a lot of pressure right now for various reasons, and a lot can be related to the coronavirus. So just, give them a break. Try to look on the positive side of things, and yourself too. If you're feeling some stress right now, remember that this won't last forever, and be kind to yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously, and just always do your best. Keep smiling. Everyone, thank you so much. We'll end now. I really enjoyed speaking with you. If you have a question, just leave it in the comments. I'll check it out later. And please join us next week at the same time. So from 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock, with Professor Kiva and I. Professor Kiva will be discussing job interviews, and I'll be speaking about workplace etiquette. So the topic for next week is jobs. I really look forward to seeing you all again and hearing your comments. Again, if you have a question, leave that in the comments below the video. And it was great. It was a really fun time, everyone. Stay healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.